settings which are different. Subscriptions, for people that aren't aware, are for people that are partnered with Twitch. It allows viewers to subscribe to you, getting some sub-only perks for $5, and then you and Twitch will split that $5. If you aren't yet partnered with Twitch, I understand it's probably something that you want to get in the future, but you might as well leave this disabled, as viewers won't be able to subscribe to you anyway. If you are lucky enough to be partnered with Twitch, you'll see that the initial settings can be set up however you like, very similarly to the follower alert that we just covered. The only real differences are these two boxes down here: resub message settings and resub message text to speech. So the resub message setting allows you to show the viewer's resub message as part of their alert. This also includes Twitch. So the first thing that we want to do is to head straight over to the Streamlabs website, which is streamlabs.com, and we can connect our Twitch TV or our YouTube gaming account. So when you get to the website, click Launch Streamlabs, and next we'll be choosing which platform we want to connect. So for this video I'm going to be using Twitch, but the process is exactly the same for YouTube gaming. Now log in with your Twitch credentials, and if it's the first time that you've connected Streamlabs to Twitch, you'll also probably get a window asking for you to authorize Streamlabs to access some minor details of your Twitch account. Click authorize if you're happy to allow this kind of permission, and we will get taken to the Streamlabs dashboard. Now as you can see, there are absolutely loads of features that Streamlabs offers, and to prevent this video from being 2 or 3 hours long, I'll be splitting the main features into separate videos. So for this video we're going to be covering the alerts, so follower alerts, subscriber alerts and donation alerts. The other kind of features, things like donation goals, chat boxes and stream labels, we'll be covering those in future videos. So to start adding and customizing our alerts, we want to click the alert box option down the left hand side. Next, let's scroll down to where we see the alert settings, and you can see we have separate tabs for follows, subscriptions, donations, hosts and bits. We'll start with follows, so let's click that. Now the first option is whether or not you want to enable showing an alert on your stream when a viewer clicks to follow you. For new and smaller streamers, enabling follow alerts encourages viewers to follow your stream, and they also notify you that someone has enjoyed what they've been watching. When you get a new follower, please do interact with them. Say hello, ask them a question. You really want to be building a community with all of your followers, and if somebody's taken the time to click follow on your Twitch page, then you know that they've enjoyed what they've been watching, and you need to start a interaction, a friendship with them almost. So you might be asking, why would you ever want to disable follow alerts? Well, if you're a big streamer who gets new followers every single minute that they're streaming, then having an alert pop up on stream can be really quite distracting, both for you and for your viewers, since it happens so often. So if you're a big streamer, you might consider disabling this option. Since most of our community here at the Gaming Careers YouTube channel are learning to grow their channels, I'm going to leave these enabled and move on. The next option is the layout that you want for your follower alert. The three options here are text below the image, text on top of the image, or text to the right of the image. You're not forced to have an image in your alert, so if you don't want one, we'll cover that later, but I think it really helps with the viewer's engagement to have a funny GIF or something like that appearing when you get a new follower. Next we have alert animation, and this lets you customize how your alerts show and hide when they trigger. So you can see here there are lots of different options for fading in, zooming in, bouncing or sliding in, and also the exact same options for when the alert has finished. I'd recommend just setting anything you like the look of for now, because later we'll come back and play around with these once we have a preview set up within OBS so you can actually see what these look like. Now the next option is a fairly important one to understand, and it's called message template. This is the actual message that will show on stream when somebody follows you. This squirrely bracket with name in the middle, that's a token, effectively just a placeholder, which will get replaced by the username of the person that's followed you. So if their name was, let's say, Gaming Careers, it would display Gaming Careers is now following. You can change this text to whatever you like, just make sure you leave in the squirrely brackets around the word name where you want Streamlabs to replace name with the username. I'm going to leave mine at the default because I think that looks fairly good. Next we can set up the text animation, and there is some sample text to the right just showing you how the animation looks. There's some pretty fun ones in here, so choose something that you like the look of. For me, I'm going to choose Tada. Next we get to choose an image and sound that play every time an alert is triggered. Streamlabs has a really decent sized selection of stock images and GIFs, as well as sounds that you can choose from, or you can upload your own by dragging and dropping. If you want your stream to really stand out, here's where you could spend some time in Photoshop, as well as like an audio program like Audacity, creating a custom notification that really matches your stream brand. But for the purposes of this video, I'll just stick with the default GIF and the default sound. Just as a quick note, if you don't want an image or a sound every time you get a new follower, you can click the little cross here to remove it. Next we set the sound volume for the alert sound, so this can be anything between 0 and 100%. We can also add an alert duration, so this is the length that the alert will appear on your stream for. I don't really recommend setting this anywhere above 8 seconds, as I found 8 seconds is easily enough time for viewers to see and read the alert. And finally we can set the alert text delay, so this is the number of seconds delay for displaying the text after your image and your audio show. So if you want to wait a few seconds for the animation to finish before the text shows, you can set that up here. Next, let's expand the font settings section. In the font box we can enter the name of the Google font we wish to use for our alert. So you can see a full list of these fonts if you go to google.com/fonts, and you're also given a list of the top 5 most commonly used fonts. Font size is just the size of the font in pixels, and font weight is how thick or bold the font appears. So feel free to play around with these settings to get something that really matches what you want. Now, text color and text highlight color are the two colors that are used on the text in the alert. So as you might have guessed, text color is the color of the base text, so that would be the is now following, and text highlight color is the color of the highlight text, which is the name of the follower. So you can enter the hex value if you know it, or you can click and search for a color of your choice. Finally, if you're quite comfortable with the platform, you can add a variation to this alert if you want to randomize the messages or images or sounds, but for our example we're done here, so we can click Save Settings. Now what we have done is we have set up the followers alert in Streamlabs. You can now set up similar or completely different alerts for when a user subscribes, donates, hosts, or gives you bits. Since we've already covered the follower alerts in a fair amount of detail, and some of the other tabs have similar settings, we're just going to skip ahead to the settings which are different. Subscriptions, for people that aren't aware, are for people that are partnered with Twitch. It allows. Now if we go back to the top of the alert box page, you'll see a number of checkboxes and a lock to show the widget URL. To start, make sure that all the checkboxes that you want alerts for are checked, and then click the Show Widget URL link. This gives you a unique URL that we'll be using in OBS Studio, so copy the link and then let's open up OBS Studio. So in OBS, let's select a source that we want to add our alerts into, and then click the plus icon in Sources and select to add a browser source. I'd recommend naming it something that you're going to remember, so for me, I'm going to put Streamlabs Alerts, and in the new window that pops up, you want to be pasting the URL into the URL box. You can change the width and height if you wish to, but this can be changed later by dragging it around, and you can also set the FPS. I'd recommend setting it to the same FPS that you stream at to avoid any kind of flicker issues, and the CSS, that can be left at its default unless you really know what you're doing. You shouldn't need to enable either of the bottom check marks, so let's just press OK. Now you shouldn't see anything really at the moment other than a blank box with the red border around that you can drag, move around and resize. One thing to make sure you've done is to make sure that this is on top of all your other sources, so that you'll get alerts on top of your game and or on top of your webcam. I'm going to drag mine into the middle and sort of top area of my stream, and now it's time to test some of the alerts. So head back to the Streamlabs page and let's click Test Follower Alert, and then quickly Alt-Tab back into OBS so we can see our new follower alert showing up. I'm just going to reposition and resize mine a little bit, make it a bit more central and a little bit smaller, and then I'll test a subscriber alert. Now that we've got all of our alerts showing up in OBS, it's time to customize it properly. So go back to the Streamlabs website, go back to the settings that we were playing with before, and have a play around. Change the animation, change the text type, change the sizes, change the colors, and just get something that you think is really unique and fun looking for your stream. Make sure that you're saving every setting that you change if you want to see it in the preview, and then test it again just by clicking that Test Follower Alert button. A final thing to mention is that when you actually are streaming, I find it useful to have the Streamlabs dashboard page open, possibly on a second monitor, because this will allow you to see all the alerts that are appearing on your stream without having to Alt-Tab, and then you can read messages from your followers or subscribers and also see the donation amounts. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and if you have got to this point in the video, please could you give me a thumbs up on the video just to let me know that it did help you out, and we can aim to create more videos around OBS Studio in the future. Also, if you're new to the Gaming Careers YouTube channel, we've got quite a collection of videos now. We've certainly got quite a few on OBS Studio, so if you're having any trouble with your settings or adding sources, or if you want to learn how to do something like adding a music scroller to your stream, check out the Gaming Careers YouTube channel and subscribe if that's the kind of thing that you enjoy watching. Subscribers, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. What's up guys, welcome to another video for the Gaming Careers YouTube channel. My name's Pete and today we're going to be talking about how you can add stream labels into your OBS Studio stream. So stream labels are text files which basically allow you to display things like your top donator of the day or the week or even of all time, or things like sub trains or follower trains. Any of those kind of elements that you want to include into your stream, that's what we're going to be covering today. Now, if anybody's been following the Gaming Careers channel for a little while, you might think this sounds quite similar to the last video that we did, which was on alerts. But the difference between alerts and labels are, alerts are real-time events that sort of flash up on your stream and disappear within, 10 seconds or something, so getting a new subscriber or a donation. Whereas labels, these are more long-term events, something that might appear on your stream consistently, like your most recent follower, and it'll always show your most recent follower until somebody new follows, and the most recent follower will then update, or your top donator of the day, week or month, like I said earlier. Now, the Stream Labels application is actually a program that you download to your computer, unlike the alerts that we used last week. But similarly, it is also made by the people over at Streamlabs, previously known as Twitch Alerts, but they've obviously rebranded to Streamlabs now. So what we're going to be covering in this video is where to get the application from, how to download and install it, then how to customize the actual messages that get printed to the text files, and then we're going to be covering how you add that into OBS Studio, and then you can customize the look and feel of the text so it looks great on your stream. So let's jump in. So the first thing we need to do is to head over to the Streamlabs website, which is where we're going to be downloading the software from. So that's streamlabs.com, and you'll need to log in with your Twitch or your YouTube account. And if this is the first time that you've used Streamlabs, you'll have to authenticate the account with Twitch, but that's pretty simple to do. So once we're at the dashboard, we want to be scrolling down the left-hand side looking for the Stream Labels tab, and click that, and then we've got the options to download for Windows or for Mac OS X and account. And if this is the first time that you've used Streamlabs, you'll have to authenticate the account with Twitch, but that's pretty simple to do. So once we're at the dashboard, we want to be scrolling down the left-hand side looking for the Stream Label. Labels tab, and click that, and then we've got the options to download for Windows or for Mac OS X, and there is a Linux version in the works, so hopefully that will be out soon as well. Click to download for the correct operating system and save the file wherever you'd like. It's worth mentioning here that Stream Labels used to be a Chrome Web Store app, but since Google Chrome are going to be removing all of the apps in 2017, I guess because the platform didn't really take off like they wanted it to, Streamlabs have decided to make their Stream Label software downloadable instead. Once the file's finished downloading, you can open it up, and it should just take a couple of seconds and a couple of clicks to install, and then you'll be met with a new Stream Labels window where you can again log in with Twitch or YouTube. So select the option that you wish to and log into the software. Once you've logged in, you'll be greeted with a message welcoming you to the platform, and also the option to choose an output directory. Now this is going to be the directory where all of the text files are going to be saved to. So it's worth creating a new folder, maybe on your desktop, or if you have a separate part of your computer where you keep all of your streaming stuff, whack it in there, create a new folder, and all of the text files will be auto-generated. Next you'll see the Stream Labels dashboard, which is basically just a long list of all the events that have happened to people on your stream, so followers or subscribers, donations. This is very similar to what you see on the Streamlabs website, and it's a useful window to have open if you have a second monitor whilst you're streaming, because you're going to be able to see all the events related to your stream, so you can welcome new followers or thank new donators. The next thing we're going to want to do is click up on the File Settings button, and this is going to open up a window showing all the different text files that you can generate using the Stream Labels software. So you've got things all about top donators or top donators of the month, as you can see, subscriber things, follower things, loads and loads of different information that you can show using OBS Studio. We're just going to select one at random here. Let's take most recent follower, and you'll see that we're presented with a new window where we can customize exactly how that looks in the text file. So we can change the text, and we get to use this name token, which is going to be the name of the person that has recently followed you. Let's say you wanted to have some different text rather than recent follower. Let's say welcome to the family and then their name. You just change the text here, and you can see at the preview at the bottom exactly what that will look like. Once you're happy, you can click Save Settings, and then you can go around and play with all the different types of notifications that you can get and change the text so it appears exactly as you want it to on your stream for your viewers. Now that we've got Stream Labels set up and it's also generating these text files, we need to now add those text files into OBS Studio so that they appear on your stream. So let's open up OBS Studio. Now in OBS we want to select the scene that we want these sources to appear in, so select it on the left hand side and then go across to the sources box, click the plus button and then click Text GDI. Name it something easy to remember, because if you're going to be adding a few of these different labels, you don't want to be getting mixed up as to which one is which. So let's do the recent follower, and we're just going to name it recent follower. Now we can play around with the font and colour and size in just a second, but first things first, let's get OBS actually reading the file. So if you select the checkbox next to Read from File, and then click Browse and navigate to the folder that you set up earlier. Then you'll want to find the text file that corresponds to the thing that you're wanting to add in. So for us that was recent follower. We find it here, select it and press open. Now that we can see it's reading the file correctly, let's press select font to customize the font that we're using and also to change the size. Now like I've said in a number of different videos on OBS, you want to be changing the font size here rather than later on when you get the red box around your text and dragging it, because that will create jagged edges. It doesn't scale the text properly if you drag the corners. Now like I've said in